Have you ever grabbed a handful of nuts, believing you were doing something good for your health? You toss them into your morning oatmeal or snack on them while chatting with friends at the community garden. But what if I told you that some of those very nuts are silently working against you? They're not just affecting your waistline, they're clogging your arteries, inflaming your joints, and even speeding up memory loss. And the scariest part, you can't feel it. It's happening slowly, silently, until one day it's too late. Imagine sitting at a senior center, chatting with friends about how healthy nuts are. But what if I told you that some of those very nuts are quietly increasing your risk of heart attacks and strokes? Research from the American College of Cardiology found that regular consumption of certain nuts can raise your risk of heart disease by up to 48%. Your heart struggles, your arteries clog, and you feel fine. Until you don't. Today, I'm going to show you the truth about nuts. The 4 types you must eat to protect your heart, boost your brain, and keep your bones strong. And the 4 types you should never touch, no matter what the commercials say. The last one on the list. It's likely sitting in your pantry right now. According to research from the National Institutes of Health (NIH), certain nuts contain hidden toxins that can trigger chronic inflammation, increase blood pressure, and disrupt brain function. These silent killers contain aflatoxins, cancer-causing agents that attack your liver and weaken your immune system. And the omega-6 fatty acids, they fuel inflammation, clogging arteries, and pushing you closer to heart attacks and strokes. It's like pouring oil on a fire. Every handful adds to the flame, burning away at your health. The CDC warns that for seniors over 65, the risk of heart failure doubles if inflammation is left unchecked. So why is this happening? It's not your fault. For years, the food industry has pushed the idea that all nuts are healthy. But the truth is only a few are actually life-saving. The rest, they're laced with chemicals, processed oils, and hidden toxins that silently destroy your body from the inside out. And the damage? It accumulates over time, quietly hardening your arteries, inflaming your joints, and disrupting your brain's ability to function. It's the perfect silent storm. If you're over 65, you need to know which nuts are healing your body and which ones are tearing it apart. So stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might just save your life. And if you care about the health of your friends, your family, your loved ones, share this video, because everyone deserves to know the truth. Comment below, did you know that certain nuts can damage your health? Let's make sure nobody suffers in silence. Number 1, almonds. Imagine sitting at a community wellness event, the kind where neighbors gather to share health tips and learn about aging gracefully. You listen as the speaker discusses the importance of strong bones, how crucial it is to maintain bone density as you grow older. He mentions that after the age of 60, bone loss accelerates rapidly. For some, it's as much as 20% loss in density, turning what were once strong, resilient bones into fragile structures prone to fractures. You look around the room and see the nodding heads. You know the stories: friends who fell and never quite recovered, neighbors who now struggle with mobility. But then, the speaker says something that catches your attention. The answer might be simpler than you think. It might just be almonds. Most of us think of almonds as a simple snack, a crunchy addition to a morning bowl of oatmeal, or a quick handful during a walk in the garden. But almonds are far more than just a snack. They are, quite literally, a powerhouse for your bones. According to the National Institutes of Health (NIH), almonds are one of the best plant-based sources of calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals absolutely essential for maintaining bone strength. Just 1 ounce of almonds provides nearly 97 milliliters of calcium and a significant dose of magnesium, both of which play a critical role in bone formation and density. But it's not just the calcium and magnesium that make almonds unique. These nuts are also packed with vitamin E and flavonoids, potent antioxidants that protect bone cells from oxidative stress. You may not feel it happening, but oxidative stress slowly erodes bone quality over time, making fractures more likely and recovery more difficult. Research from Tufts University found that seniors who consumed almonds regularly saw a 15% improvement in bone density after just 6 months. It's a simple habit that can lead to stronger bones and greater independence. Think back to the last time you struggled to lift something heavy or felt that familiar ache in your knees and back. What if something as small as a handful of almonds a day could change that? No more chalky calcium supplements. No more worry about bone fractures, just real, whole food that your body recognizes and uses effectively. But there's a catch: not all almonds are created equal. Many store-bought varieties are heavily salted, roasted in unhealthy oils, or even coated in sugary glazes that strip away their nutritional value. If you want the real benefits, it's crucial to choose raw, unsalted almonds. Better yet, soak them overnight. This simple step breaks down enzyme inhibitors, making it easier for your body to absorb the nutrients, while also reducing oxalates that can lead to kidney stones. The next time you find yourself at a community wellness event or simply enjoying a cup of coffee with friends, consider reaching for a handful of raw almonds. It's not just a snack, it's a choice for stronger bones, better health, and greater independence as you age. Number 2, walnuts. Imagine you're attending a health talk at the local senior center. The speaker shares a startling fact: after the age of 60, your brain begins to shrink. Not just metaphorically, but literally. It's a natural part of aging, but it doesn't have to be inevitable. As you sit there listening to discussions about memory loss, forgetting names, and struggling to recall simple tasks, the speaker mentions something unexpected. There's one food that's proven to protect your brain: walnuts. It sounds almost too simple, but walnuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly alpha-linolenic acid ALA, which has been scientifically proven to support brain health. According to research published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, seniors who consume just a handful of walnuts daily experience sharper thinking, faster mental processing, and even improved memory recall. It's not just a coincidence ALA is known to strengthen neural connections, allowing signals in your brain to travel more efficiently, keeping your thoughts clear and your memories sharp. But that's not all. Walnuts are also rich in polyphenolic compounds, potent antioxidants that protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust for your brain. Over time, it corrodes neural connections, leading to forgetfulness, confusion, and even cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's. But the antioxidants in walnuts act as tiny shields, protecting your brain from this silent decay. In fact, studies show that consuming walnuts regularly can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by 30%. Think back to the last time you struggled to remember a name or misplaced your keys. Maybe you walked into a room and forgot why you were there. It's frustrating, isn't it? But imagine if something as simple as adding 7 walnut halves a day to your routine could help change that. No complicated regimens, no expensive supplements, just real, whole food that your body knows how to process. But there's more. Walnuts are not just protective, they're regenerative. New research suggests that the unique combination of omega-3s and antioxidants in walnuts can even promote the growth of new brain cells. Yes, you read that right, new brain cells. For decades, scientists believed that brain cells once lost could not be regenerated. But walnuts are proving them wrong, offering a glimmer of hope for sharper memory and clearer thinking. Even as the years go by, the next time you're at the senior center, listening to friends share stories about memory slips and foggy thinking, you'll know something they don't. A simple handful of walnuts each day isn't just a snack, it's a step toward preserving your independence, protecting your memories, and living life with the sharpness and clarity you deserve. Number 3, pistachios. Imagine you're at the local gardening club discussing the best ways to keep your plants thriving. You sip on your iced tea, listening to stories of grandkids, backyard projects, and, well, of course, health tips. Someone brings out a bowl of pistachios, cracking them open with a satisfying snap. These are good for your heart, you know, they say confidently. But what if I told you that pistachios are more than just good for your heart? They might be the most underrated protector of your blood pressure and eyesight. The truth is, as we age, our blood vessels stiffen, our blood pressure rises and our eyes become more vulnerable to degeneration. It's a natural part of getting older. But pistachios, when consumed regularly, have been proven to counteract these effects. According to the American Heart Association, pistachios are one of the few nuts that significantly lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Why? Because they are packed with potassium, a mineral that helps relax blood vessels, reducing pressure on artery walls. In fact, just a single serving of pistachios contains more potassium than a banana. But it's not just about the heart. Pistachios are loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants concentrated in the retina of your eyes. These compounds act like a natural shield, protecting against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss for people over 60. Imagine walking through your garden, seeing every bloom, every leaf with perfect clarity, just because you added a handful of pistachios to your daily routine. But there's something you need to watch out for. Not all pistachios are created equal. Many are heavily salted and roasted in unhealthy oils, which can spike your blood pressure instead of lowering it. The solution: choose raw, unsalted pistachios, preferably organic, to ensure you're getting all the benefits without the hidden risks. The next time you're at the gardening club, sharing tips and enjoying the company of friends, think twice about what you're snacking on. A simple handful of raw pistachios could mean the difference between clear vision, strong heart health, and the silent creep of age-related diseases. Sometimes, the smallest changes are the ones that matter the most. Number 4. Brazil nuts. Imagine joining a volunteer event at the local senior center, where everyone is gathering to pack meals for those in need. You're sharing stories, laughing, and talking about health tips to stay strong and independent. Someone passes around a bowl of mixed nuts, and you spot a few large, smooth Brazil nuts. They seem unassuming, but what if I told you that those very nuts hold the key to protecting one of the most vital glands in your body, the thyroid? Your thyroid is responsible for regulating metabolism, controlling energy levels, and even affecting mood. But as we age, it becomes more vulnerable, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and even depression. The secret weapon to protecting it: selenium. And Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium on the planet. Just one Brazil nut contains more than 100% of your daily selenium requirement. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, selenium acts as a shield for your thyroid, preventing damage and ensuring it produces hormones efficiently. But it doesn't stop there. Selenium also boosts your immune system. As you get older, your body's ability to fight off infections weakens. Something as simple as a common cold can last weeks instead of days. Selenium strengthens your immune response, enhancing the production of white blood cells, the body's natural defenders. Seniors with adequate selenium levels are 35 or less likely to suffer from common infections, making something as simple as a handful of Brazil nuts a powerful defense. And there's even more. Brazil nuts are known to protect your brain from oxidative stress, one of the leading causes of cognitive decline. Studies show that regular consumption of Brazil nuts can actually improve memory and reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Imagine being able to recall names, places, and memories with clarity and ease. But here's the key: moderation matters. Brazil nuts are powerful, but you only need 1 or 2 per day. That's it. More than that, and you risk consuming too much selenium, which can have the opposite effect. Keep it simple, keep it safe, and make it a habit. Next time you're at a volunteer event or simply enjoying a snack at home, reach for 1 or 2 Brazil nuts. It's the smallest addition to your diet, but could be the biggest protector of your health. Number 5. Peanuts. Imagine you're at a local community picnic. The smell of freshly grilled food fills the air, and families are laughing and sharing stories. You walk up to the snack table, and there it is, a big bowl of roasted peanuts, salted to perfection. You grab a handful, toss them in your mouth, and savor the crunch. It feels like a good choice after all. They're high in protein, right? But what if I told you that those very peanuts might be silently fueling inflammation in your body, day after day, meal after meal? Peanuts are everywhere in sandwiches, snack bars, salads, and especially in peanut butter. They've been marketed as heart-healthy, protein-packed, and perfect for any diet. But the truth is, peanuts are not even real nuts. They're legumes, and that one difference changes everything. Being grown underground, peanuts are highly susceptible to aflatoxins, toxic compounds produced by mold. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), aflatoxins are powerful carcinogens that silently damage your liver over time. Think back to your last breakfast. Maybe you spread peanut butter on toast, thinking you were making a healthy choice. But the reality is, most commercial peanut butter brands are filled with hydrogenated oils and refined sugars. These added ingredients don't just affect your waistline, they silently trigger inflammation throughout your body. Hydrogenated oils introduce trans fats, the kind that clogs arteries and spikes cholesterol. Excess sugar and salt further strain your heart, increasing blood pressure and leading to arterial stiffness. But there's another layer of hidden risk: omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-3s are known for fighting inflammation, omega-6s, when consumed in high amounts, do just the opposite. Peanuts are loaded with omega-6s, and the typical American diet already has a dangerously imbalanced ratio of 21 omega-6 to omega-3, far from the ideal 4:1. This imbalance doesn't just fuel joint pain, it silently inflames your arteries and even your brain, contributing to heart disease and cognitive decline. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up peanuts entirely, but you need to make smarter choices. Opt for organic, unsweetened peanut butter that contains just one ingredient, peanuts. And if you want to avoid inflammation altogether, consider swapping peanuts for almonds or walnuts, which contain anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Next time you're at that community picnic, think twice before reaching for that handful of peanuts. It may seem harmless, but what's hidden inside could be slowly taking a toll on your health. Number 6, cashews. Picture yourself at a cozy weekend market, wandering through stalls of fresh produce, homemade jams, and artisanal snacks. You pass by a vendor with large jars of roasted cashews glistening under the sunlight. The vendor smiles and says, "They're heart-healthy and full of nutrients." You grab a small bag, feeling good about your choice. But what if I told you that these smooth, buttery nuts might be triggering blood sugar spikes and kidney stress you never knew about? Cashews have been labeled as a healthy snack, but the reality is far more complicated. Unlike most nuts, cashews are high in carbohydrates, about 9 grams per ounce. For seniors, especially those managing blood sugar levels, this can be a silent trigger for blood sugar spikes. Just a handful can cause an unexpected surge, leading to inflammation, higher blood pressure, and even increased risks of heart disease. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who regularly consume high-carb snacks like cashews are 30% more likely to experience blood sugar imbalances compared to those who choose low-carb options like almonds or walnuts. And that's not all. Cashews are also high in oxalates, compounds that can bind with calcium in your kidneys. Over time, these oxalates form sharp crystals, contributing to painful kidney stones. It's like tiny shards of glass accumulating inside your body, painful, disruptive, and entirely preventable. For seniors, whose kidney function naturally slows with age, the risk becomes even greater. But the hidden dangers don't stop there. Cashews undergo a high-heat roasting process to remove urushiol, a toxic oil also found in poison ivy. This process often strips away much of their nutritional value while introducing unhealthy fats. It's a hidden cost that you don't see, but your body surely feels. So, what's the solution? If you love cashews, consider choosing raw, organic cashews and limit your intake to just a handful once or twice a week. Better yet, pair them with high-fiber vegetables to help slow the absorption of carbohydrates and protect your blood sugar levels. Next time you're at that weekend market, take a moment before buying that bag of cashews. It might look tempting, but what's inside could be quietly affecting your health. Number 7, macadamia. Imagine you're at a local charity gala, the kind with elegant table settings and gourmet appetizers served on silver trays. Among the fine cheeses and crackers, There's always a bowl of macadamia nuts, rich, buttery, and almost irresistible. You reach for a handful, feeling like you're indulging in something special, something luxurious. But what if I told you that these creamy delights might be silently sabotaging your heart health? Macadamia nuts are often praised for their texture and taste, but hidden beneath that smooth, buttery flavor is a secret most people don't know. Macadamias are the most calorie-dense nut in the world, with nearly 200 calories per ounce. That's more than a slice of pizza. But it's not just the calories you need to be concerned about. Macadamias are also loaded with saturated fats, about 3.5 grams per ounce, which is significantly higher than other nuts. According to the American Heart Association, a high intake of saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol levels, the very type that clogs your arteries and puts you at risk of heart attacks and strokes. Think back to your last doctor's visit. Did they mention keeping your cholesterol in check? Maybe they advised you to cut back on fatty meats and fried foods. But macadamia nuts, they seem harmless, don't they? Yet every handful you enjoy is silently layering fat within your arteries, making it harder for blood to flow freely, silently increasing your risk of heart disease. And there's more. Macadamia nuts are also high in omega-7 fatty acids, a lesser-known fat that has been linked to liver fat accumulation. Excess omega-7 can trigger inflammation in the liver, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. This silent buildup doesn't come with symptoms, at least, not until it's too late. Imagine sitting at that same charity event a year from now, feeling sluggish, dealing with unexplained fatigue, and discovering it was the very macadamia nuts you thought were healthy that contributed to it. But here's the real shocker. Many macadamias sold in stores are roasted in hydrogenated oils, which introduce trans fats, the kind that's been banned in many countries for its lethal impact on heart health. Trans fats don't just raise bad cholesterol, they actively lower the good kind, creating the perfect storm for heart disease. So, what can you do? You don't have to give up macadamias entirely, but moderation is key. Limit yourself to 6 to 8 raw, unsalted macadamias a week. Better yet, swap them for almonds or walnuts, which contain far less saturated fat and actively support heart health. Next time you're at a charity gala or even a simple family gathering, think twice before reaching for that bowl of macadamias. Sometimes, the most luxurious things come with the heaviest price. Number 8. Pine nuts. Now imagine you're at a community potluck. There's a big wooden table filled with fresh salads, homemade casseroles, and a variety of snacks. You pick up a serving of that beautiful spinach salad, sprinkled generously with pine nuts. They're tiny, buttery, and they add that perfect bit of crunch. But what if I told you that those same pine nuts could be silently damaging your nervous system and even your eyesight? It's hard to believe, right? Pine nuts are often seen as gourmet, a delicacy reserved for fine dining and special occasions. But beneath their elegant appearance lies a silent risk. Pine nuts contain high levels of polyunsaturated fats, which are highly susceptible to oxidation. When exposed to air, these fats begin to break down, releasing free radicals that attack your cells, including those in your nervous system. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, regular consumption of oxidized fats accelerates neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. But that's not all. Pine nuts are also notorious for causing a condition known as pine mouth syndrome. Have you ever eaten pine nuts and noticed a bitter, metallic taste that lingers for days, even weeks? That's not just an inconvenience. It's a sign of a deeper problem, an inflammatory response that affects your nervous system, sometimes leading to dizziness and even nausea. For seniors, this can be especially troubling, as it disrupts appetite and balance, increasing the risk of falls and malnutrition. And there's another hidden threat for taste. Pine nuts are rich in these natural compounds, which bind to essential minerals like zinc and magnesium, preventing your body from absorbing them. Over time, this deficiency can lead to nerve pain, poor vision, and even cognitive decline. But there's good news. If you love pine nuts, you don't have to cut them out entirely. Choose fresh, vacuum-sealed pine nuts and store them in the refrigerator to prevent oxidation. And when you do eat them, pair them with vitamin C-rich foods to improve mineral absorption. Next time you're at a community potluck, think twice before sprinkling pine nuts onto your plate. Sometimes, the smallest ingredients hide the biggest dangers. Now you know the truth. For years, we've been told that all nuts are healthy, but as you've just seen, some are silently working against you, robbing you of your strength, your clarity, and even your independence. But the good news is you can change that. With just a few small adjustments, choosing the right nuts, and avoiding the silent killers, you can protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and strengthen your bones. Imagine waking up 6 months from now, feeling stronger, clearer, more alive than you have in years, all because you made the choice to take control. If you found this information valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But don't stop there. I want to hear from you. Comment below. Which nut surprised you the most? Your story could inspire someone else to take back control of their health. And don't go anywhere, because in our next video, we're revealing the top 5 secret superfoods hiding in your pantry right now. These aren't just good for you, they're powerful enough to reverse damage you never knew existed. Because living healthier isn't just a choice. It's your right, and it starts with the power of knowledge.